have a tough decision to make. I'm not sure how to make it. I caught between what feels like a safe route and a more exciting route. So I've been in advertising school for the past year and really loved it. I kind of feel like Prometheus coming down from the mountain with fire and just feel like, whoa, this is so exciting. Because what advertisers are really good at doing is solving business problems with creative strategy and thinking like, okay, this is how everyone else would go about thinking through this, but how do we do this different? And I think of a ton of like iconic advertising that has set brands apart, like Nike, Tiffany's, Coke. And it's truly been like a phenomenal experience just getting to understand how advertisers think and how they think through coming up these solutions. However, through the program, I've been thinking more and more about what does it look like if I apply these other areas of my life? What does it look like if I apply these directly to startups as people are thinking through their problems, validating, coming up with creative ways to solve whatever the problem is, not just in advertising. And that feels really exciting. And I think that's the direction that I want to go in. But the tough problem that I have is, so recently, the past couple months, as you know, have not been great. I think I'm finally on the upswing. I finally got paid by the company that wasn't paying me for about 2 months. I moved out of my old place and found another spot where I can live for the next 3 months. I have a little bit more cash runway. I'm working with the company to help them fundraise, so hopefully I can make some money off that. But things are still uncertain as I'm coming to the end of my time at advertising school. What a lot of my peers are doing is like going on and getting internships at great places. I was approached by like the agency that runs the school, that they're interested in putting my name in the pool for folks who'll get that internship. I had another agency reach out to me and I have an offer from them. And these are great things, but my stomach kind of turns when I think about working or interning at an agency. It just feels like the speed and rate of growth slows down. And maybe this is unfair. I think I'm worried that just working at a large company where there is stability and there is this path towards something, like a lot less risk, that the opportunity for me to grow and really stretch myself will be limited, where a lot of the work is going to be going through so many levels. The chance of me actually having work made very low. Just thinking a lot about, is that a place where I want to be? And like, it makes sense. Like when I talk to my family and some friends, like, yeah, just do it. Do both. Like, this is great. It's such a great opportunity to work at such a great like agency right out. Like so many people would kill to have this spot. And this could set me up where now I would have stable income and I wouldn't have to worry about housing and all these things. But just doesn't necessarily feel all that exciting. Like I'm really pushing myself to my limit being there. And so then I'm asking myself, okay, what would I do if I'm not doing that? So I'm currently working with a company called The Residency. And I think there's a lot of interesting work I could do here and try to figure out how I could be a creative director, helping solve their problems in some interesting ways. Problem is that hasn't been secured. I had another friend reach out to me today who needs some help with growth and basically wants to teach me how to do growth. And he's been working in growth for the past like 5-10 years. So that's really interesting. It's a skill I can pick up and add to my collection of skills. I think that would also stretch me because I'm doing something different and I could think about how I can apply what I have learned with the new things that I'm learning. But these two options aren't necessarily going to pay me, and there's not necessarily a hope of payment, I should say. But I'll be investing in my internal skills. I'll be investing in who I am as an individual, which I believe far more valuable in the long term. Investing in my substance rather than looking for a check. And then the other argument that I have is, hey, like if I have a good enough portfolio, people appreciated my work to the point where they were willing to offer me a role at these agencies, who's to say that I can't do that again? Like 6 months from now, I'm like, I made the wrong decision. I'm sure I can crawl back and grovel and beg and be like, hey, I really made a mistake. I really had to do this, but I'm glad I did it. That I should have just done this all along. I'm sure that I can come back, and I'm sure that when I come back, I'll have learned a lot of things that will make me even more interesting. So yeah, this is the tension that I've been feeling over the past week, trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I know what I want to do. About just getting myself to the point where I'm willing to say no and actually do it. So we'll see. What do you think? Today I'm going to say no and try to keep my time open, working on things that really excite me. But something my mom was saying is that why don't I just try to do both? Like I'm young, I have energy. Why don't I work at the agency while also working with startups? I think I'd be more interested in doing that if the agency didn't have like ownership of my time. Because they want me to be working 40 hours a week. And sure, just three of those days are in person. But I want to do well. I don't just want to have that. So yeah, I have no clue. Next week I might come back and say, hey, yeah, I decided to move ahead with the agency and take the safe route. Or I'll say I actually said no to the internship offers. And that would be crazy. Anyway, hope you're doing good. For those of you that watch this, thank you. I really have no clue why you do. But hopefully you're here early and watching the beginning of something cool.